Hey, what's up guys? Nick Pell coming to you once again with another review for you. This time I have finally completed the Walking Dead series up to where it is currently, and this is the series review for that. Right off the bat, I want to let you know, if you have not read through, I think it's volume 96, or like comic 96 of the series, or through book 8 of the hardcover editions, or anything like that, don't watch this because odds are I will be spoiling some stuff for you. Also, you can probably figure that out by now, but this is not a review of the show series, so if you watch this, stuff will be spoiled for you from that very quickly. So I will be talking about some of the stuff with the show, then also some stuff from the book, obviously. Yeah, just know that it's kind of letting you know type of situation. So yeah, first thing that I wanted to deal with was the transition from the book, the comics, to the television show. Now, I am an avid fan of both of these things, and I felt that the show's producers did a pretty good job about it, because one thing to remember is that it's a different take on the series. These characters can go in numerous different places and do numerous different things in their said situations. But I thought that the show followed the overall progression of the story fairly well as of now, because you started out with the show just kind of Rick getting joining up with the group, kind of becoming more or less its leader, and then season 2 you saw the farm with Herschel's farm and everything that dealt with. That was another thing that was shown in the book for a chapter. And now they're dealing with the prison in the show. And I've only seen the first episode of that so far, but for the most part I felt that they did a fairly good job with it. It seems like they're following the same basic progression. They're actually covering more of the topics and situations that the comics dealt with the prison. We've yet to see the governor, but I'm hoping in the show that Rick gets his hand cut off. I've seen a lot of people say that it's not going to happen. I also hope that Michonne ends up getting tortured like in the comics, because I felt that those two events were immensely significant to the series as a whole. Because after Woodbury, Rick always has his hand cut off, and it's kind of a reminder to him, I think, that he isn't invincible. He is still mortal. He can still be injured. And without that in the show, I feel like Rick could forget that, and he'll get into a situation that he will be able to get out of, most likely, but it won't be as realistic. So yeah, I felt that the show has done a fairly good job about it. It's obviously had to mix and manage some stuff as it's needed to, just because of either actors not wanting to do it anymore, or to further examine the plot lines and see why characters are doing certain things. Like in the book, it talks about Shane getting, or it shows Shane getting killed off like very quickly. But if they had done that in the show, there would have been little time to show like why that is going to happen. So I thought that after reading the comics, it made sense that they kind of dragged that out a little bit and made Shane a character during the farm events, because he was kind of the bad guy character that could kind of go into that, but also it made it easier for viewers of the show to see that Shane is a bad guy. He needed to be dealt with, and you see the reasons why he needs to be dealt with. So that is all I'm going to talk about with that. Leave a comment if you want to discuss it. And also the deaths in this comic, so I'm away from the show now. The deaths, I felt there were a lot, but they were all beautifully done, and I thought that they were all good in the areas that they were done in. Like with Shane, Carl taking him out, that was kind of a symbolic moment. It shows that Carl is dying with his father, and he realizes that. And also with Lori, her death. When I read in the comics, I was not expecting it at all. Oh my god. So yeah, that was a shocker, but it fit, and it was done very well. And it kind of formed Rick into who he is after book 8. Yeah, I don't know. Just like every death that has been done here, or even an attempted suicide, is all transforming these characters into the people that they need to become in order to survive in this new world. which is a horrific world at that. The last thing I want to talk about is the changes that all these characters go through, starting with Rick. You see him wake up in the hospital. He has no idea what's going on. He's frightened. He's scared. But as the series progresses, you see him become a leader. You see him deal with loss. You see him deal with sacrifice. You see him transform into the person that he is. And that almost seems to be a person who no longer sees the connection between right and wrong. Because in Book 8, it talks about a little bit about when he's dealing with Nicholas, about how he just wanted to shoot the guy. He didn't care. He just wanted to end it and deal with someone who needed to be dealt with. He no longer saw how bad it was to actually kill someone and what that can do to you. He's kind of become immune to that after having to deal with so many different people. And even with some of his facial features, he just kind of seems to have a blank stare that almost resembles the governor in some aspects, which is kind of scary, and which I think would be very interesting if Rick almost eventually became a governor-like figure. And there's also Andrea, and she kind of went through a similar transition as Rick did, in terms of her being kind of innocent at the start of it. She had her sister, and it was all hunky-dory, her and Dale. And now she's transformed into this person who is immensely good with a gun. She can take out walkers very quickly and feasibly, and she is one of Rick's best soldiers. Yeah, she's just another person that has gone through a very interesting transformation. And lastly, we have Carl, who probably has gone through the most unique transformation of anyone, because both in the comics and in the show, because at the start he's like everyone else. He's innocent. He doesn't know how bad the world really is. But as he's had to confront different situations and deal with different things, he has become kind of like Rick. And like I said with him at the beginning, like I said in my Book 8 review, he's kind of become emotionless, and he no longer really sees a problem with killing anyone if it needs to be done. And that's not normal for a little kid. Yeah, it's just really interesting to see the transformation that all these different characters go through as they go on their journeys and experience their various situations. Overall, I really enjoyed this series as a whole so far. If anyone has any idea when Book 9 is supposed to come out, let me know, because I really want it really badly. Because I want to find out what's going to happen. Because it seems like a new story arc is starting to build, and it should be a very good one. But yeah, that's my review. Give a quick summary of what you thought about the series so far in the comments. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe if you so choose. I would appreciate it immensely. Yeah, I'm not sure what exactly will be coming out next. It could be a video game review. It could be something else. It could be, I don't know what it'll be next. It could be nothing. But yeah, that's about it. Yeah, as always, my name is Nick Pell, and as usual, keep on reading.